Have you ever stopped to observe how people deal with money and success? It is curious to note that while some work nonstop, almost wearing themselves, and yet they can't get out of the place financially, others seem to thrive in silence, without fanfare or exhibitionism. And the most intriguing, when you find someone truly rich, not the one who pretends to have money with loans and appearances, but who has actually accumulated wealth. He will hardly boast of his gains or expose every detail of his life on social networks. It's no wonder. There is a deep reason behind this behavior. This is not a coincidence. Over the years, I had the opportunity to live with people in different situations, from those who have always fought against scarcity to those who built fortunes from scratch. And one thing became clear: who dominates the art of silence at the right time usually comes out ahead. We live in an era where everyone wants to be heard. People speak nonstop about themselves, their plans, their frustrations, their achievements, as if the volume of the voice ensured importance. But while most are lost in words, a strategic minority opts for silence. And it is precisely this minority that, in the end, reaps the best fruits. It may seem strange at first glance. What strength does silence have? But the truth is that he is not empty. It is a space of power. It is as an ancient proverb says, if the word is silver, silence is worth gold. And this is not just a figure of language. Each word we pronounce consumes energy that could be directed to concrete actions. The rich understand this. They do not waste time complaining about life, blaming the government, or arguing with strangers, while many spend hours trying to prove something to others. Who really accumulates wealth uses this time to plan, execute it, and move forward. Have you noticed how it is common to regret what we say, but almost never what we stop saying? How many times have you revealed a plan too early and have you seen everything to go out? How many times have you trusted someone who didn't deserve it and went wrong? Silence, on the other hand, is a protective tool. It gives time to reflect, evaluate, and act accurately. It's like a strategic break in a chess match. Who speaks too much shows their cards and loses control of the game. Today, I will share with you 10 reasons why successful people prefer silence and how this attitude becomes one of their greatest assets. They are not just theories. These are lessons that I observed in practice over years of coexistence with those who really understand prosperity. But beware, understanding these principles is easy. Put them into practice? No. The challenge is to transform this understanding into habit. First reason: actions are worth more than words. I met a young man who lived announcing his future business, his ambitious goals, as if just talking about them was already close to success. Years passed, and nothing has changed except their stories, which remained the same. Another acquaintance of mine, who barely opened his mouth, worked in silence. 5 years later, he had a solid business, while the first one still dreamed aloud. The rich know energy spent in small conversation is stolen energy from the results. Second reason: silence protects against envy. There is an old teaching that says, do not expose your riches to those who have an empty heart. The less people know about their goods and projects, the less reasons they have to feel resentful. I saw cases of people who have lost partners and opportunities simply for too much. Envy is a poison that erodes relationships faster than any crisis. Third reason: who shuts up hears better. Have you ever noticed that we have two ears and just one mouth? It's no wonder. The rich are excellent listeners. While the others speak nonstop, they capture valuable information between lines, details that go unnoticed by the majority. A partner can chatter for hours, but those who are attentive in silence identify the breach that will generate profit. Fourth reason: do not reveal your strategies. Imagine a chess game in which you warn your opponent your next 3 throws. The result is obvious: you lose. Life works the same way. Those who disclose their plans in advance loses the surprise element and, with it, the control of the situation. The rich never expose their letters ahead of time. Third reason: silence preserves energy. People in financial difficulty often get involved in endless discussions on social networks, cues, with friends, such as proving a point of view, changing their reality. But after hours of debate, what really changes? Nothing. Meanwhile, who thrives uses this time to think, how can I do tomorrow a better day than today? One loses the night fighting on the internet. Another, in silence, prepares a business plan. The difference in results is predictable. Sixth reason: the best ideas are born in silence. Have you noticed how the brightest insights come up in moments of stillness? During a walk, watching the window, or simply when we are alone with our thoughts. Who values these moments reaps valuable fruits. Those who fear silence fill every second with noise, television, music, empty conversations, as if they fled from himself. The rich, however, know It is in the emptiness of noise that the most profitable ideas are born. Seventh reason. The word has weight. In the Jewish tradition, the word is compared to a diamond. Something is not so precious to the Lou. I met a man in Jerusalem who spoke little, but when he opened his mouth, his words had an impact. He understood that each pronounced syllable carries consequences. The rich measure what they say because they know that once released, the words do not turn back. Everyone shut up when he spoke, because every word of his weighed a ton. The rich understand, the rarer their speech, the higher the value of their words. Eighth reason. Silence is security. Today, a poorly put phrase can cost a job, a reputation, or an opportunity. A careless word closes doors. Silence, in turn, is a filter. The sage wonders, is it worth saying that? What will I lose if I shut up? Most of the time, silent is more advantageous. Ninth reason. Whoever siles controls the conversation. There is a powerful psychological trick. When you remain silent, the other feels discomfort and talk more than it should. The more it speaks, the more it reveals. In negotiations, no one shouts more, but who hears more. Tenth reason. The rich value time. Time is the only resource that does not recover. They know this and don't waste it on empty conversations. Before speaking, they wonder, this dialogue will bring me money, knowledge, or useful connections. If not, why lose it? Therefore, the rich avoid unproductive encounters and endless discussions. Friends, these 10 reasons may seem simple, but they separate the rich from the poor. The poor speaks, justifies, complains, argues. The rich hear, analyzes, acts. And here is the key. Silence is not weakness, it is strength. It is a weapon that you always carry with you. Learn how to use it, and you will see how your relationships, business, and your financial future will begin to transform. If I had to summarize everything in a sentence, I would say silence is an invisible capital that yields the greatest interest. Money is lost, business fails, even health can weaken, but the ability to shut up is always with you. The more you practice, the more she works in her favor. Observe the story. The wisest, the most successful, never shouted their plans in the public square. They acted in silence, and the world spoke for them. A businessman I met used to repeat, "May my deeds make more noise than my voice." And it was right. People believe not in words, but in results. Let's get down to business. Words are cheap, actions valuable. Speak less, do more. Silence protects from envy. Keep your plans and preserve your peace. Who shuts up, listens. True opportunities reveal themselves to the attentive. Do not show your letters. Your strategy must be your secret. Silence saves energy. Invest it in creating, not to discuss. In quiet, the best ideas are born. Book time for you and your thoughts. The word is a diamond. Use it with parsimony. Silence is security. Not everyone deserves to know their secrets. Who is silent dominates the conversation. Let others expose themselves. You gain advantage. The rich value the time. Every minute spent on chatter is a minute subtracted from his future. These are the 10 principles that open the gates of wealth. But no, it is not just theory, but a lifestyle. The rich do not silence by strategy. It is part of who they are, how they think. And I invite you to ask yourself, how do I read with my words? How many times do I speak for the way? How many times do I revel to waste energy on conversations that take me nowhere? If you answer honestly, you may understand why it is not yet where you would. The good news, you can start now. Don't wait Monday. Don't wait for the new year. Today, after this text, try, for one day, shut up where you would talk before. Do not justify. Do not argue. Do not boast. Do not share your plans with anyone. Just watch, listen, and act. You will be surprised by the lightness you will feel, the energy you will spare. And above all, you will notice that people will treat it differently. Your words will gain weight. Your silence, authority. There is a Jewish saying, the wise man recognizes himself by the questions, the foolish, the answers. I would add, the rich man recognizes himself by silence. The poor hurry to prove how intelligent, important, or necessary he is. The rich man knows he doesn't have to prove anything, his actions speak for him. My final advice, learn to hear more than talk. Keep your plans. Give the world results, not promises. So you will see your life, financial, professional, and personal, change slowly but inevitable. Remember, stillness is not empty. It is foundation. Upon it is built the fortune. And if this path resonates with you, if Jewish financial wisdom interests you, if you want to receive more advice and stories, follow the space. And friend, we will talk about how the rich spend their money, how they educate their children, and what errors destroy even the most solid assets. Don't miss it. Like or sharing helps to bring this message to those who need to learn the power of silence. Thank you for getting here. I wish them wisdom in words and wealth in acts. As the wise say, Sometimes a silence is worth 1,000 words. Until next time.